Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Tuesday, August the 1st, 2023. Tuesday, August the 1st. Well, guess who finally comes home? Because remember, everybody's coming to see Molly. Where finally her life partner comes through the door with a bottle of wine and he walks over to her. And you want to know what struck me as odd, everybody? I had to take a snap at it. You see that kiss? You see that side cheek, lips can't meet, hey, you one of my best friends, kisses? I was kind of shocked. The first kiss we see from them was that. And even, I know it gets strained when you're working with a brand new actress, but he easily slid into the replacement Molly before this one. This one here, and you know what's funny? The more I listen to her voice, the more I think she's acting to try to make her voice sound younger. It sounds like that to me. To me, that just doesn't sound like that's her natural voice, her natural speaking voice. I'm trying to sound like I'm 14. Hi, bestie. It's kind of like that. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, they get to talking, and we all know what the conversation ended up being all about. She tells him Christina came over and Christina gave her favorite stuffed animal. And he said, how did it go? And she goes, it was pretty good. We had a good talk, but Christina was earlier than Alexis, right? Because then, Alexis was the last one that saw her before Christina, but they talked about Christina. And they brought up the subject of surrogacy, and she wanted his thoughts, and she wanted to know, did he want their child to have his DNA? And he said yes. And so she goes, okay. And then she goes, how soon do you want to go on this? Do you want to wait a year? Do you want to wait 2 years? And he said, I want to do it right away. And so she goes, me too. So actually, she goes, then I guess we're looking for a surrogate. And then she says, but it should not be Christina. When she said that, I was so happy because it should not be Christina. But you want to know what's going to happen? Ultimately, it's going to be Christina. Either they're going to get a surrogate and it'll be like a maxi thing where the surrogate miscarries their first, and then it'll end up being Christina the second time around. Or the surrogate's going to back out. Either way, we're going to get back around. It will be Christina. I can tell you that in a heartbeat. Because Molly said Christina has just too much going on right now with the center and with everything else. And you know what? I don't want her to lose her focus from her center. It's a very important project for her. Plus, I would rather have a little more, you know, input with the surrogate. And Christina, she goes, she doesn't understand what's entailed. I would rather work with an agency that has screened women. And some of these women have been surrogates before. I would rather have someone who knows what they're getting into and knows what they're doing. And Chris and TJ agreed. And I thought, very good. You know what? I like their train of thought. I like their train of thought. And then we have Alexis had called Gregory over to her office. And he's like, oh, we got a hot story. Let's dive in. And she goes, no, I called you because Tracy called her. And he goes, she let, ominously, someone else knows about your disease. Why do they write stuff like that in soaps? And he's like, who? Like who did you tell? And she goes, Tracy called me, and she told her what Tracy noticed. And he goes, I thought I covered for that. And she goes, you didn't. She noticed, and she asked me, are you sick? And he goes, what did you tell her? I told her, not that I know of. And he goes, I hate that I put you in a position to lie for me. And Alexa says, but you do know, Gregory, you're not going to be able to hide it too much longer. Your condition is progressing. And he goes, I know. So she goes, you're going to have to figure out how you handle that, because there'll be nothing that I could say that people won't know that you're sick. So he goes, no, no. And like I said, I don't like you feeling like you need to cover for me, or actually having to cover for me. So he's going to figure that out. So now Anna and Sunny are still talking. And now Dante brings Christina up because Christina's car broke down, and Dante brought Christina over to, I guess they got her car towed, and he brought her to get a drink. So they ran into Sunny and Anna. And then Christina decided she needed to go to the bathroom. And then in the bathroom, she runs into an employee of Nina's who talks to her and, telling her what a great job she did, or she's doing with building that center. And then she talked about her younger brother was gay and how her parents her father kicked him out the house at 15 and said he will never have a gay son living under his roof. And she goes, we've never heard from him since. We don't know how he's doing. We don't know. She goes, I kind of heard that he may be living out there on the streets homeless. I don't know. And she never said if it was an older or younger brother. She never said. So she was just telling Christina that, thank you so much for doing this. And she goes, how did you find out? She goes, oh, Nina told me. So Nina brags about you all the time. She is so proud of the person you are and what you're doing. And she goes, wow, Nina does? And so she goes, yeah. So Christina's like, okay. So that was a long conversation she had in the bathroom, which gave Dante, Sunny, and Anna the privacy to talk about, the target on Anna's back, and give her some scenarios on who they feel. Is it a new WB agent? Is it, why do they want her out the way now? So they're just coming up with scenarios, whatever. So Sunny gets up and he leaves Dante and Anna talking, and he goes in, and then Christina comes back into the lobby, the dining area, and he said, look, Christina, let me take you and buy you a car, because your car keeps breaking down, and that's not good. She goes, no, Dad, you're helping me with so much, other my project, and no, I'm not going to have you buy me a car. And I thought, well, that's stupid. You're not talking about a father that punches a clock from 9 to 5. Getting her that car means nothing to Sunny as far as money. He would have taken her right then and there, even if dealerships were closed, called the owner and said, I want to get blah, blah, blah car, and I need you to open up and go, and do the deal for my daughter. It would have been done. It would have been done, period. Or I want a yada, 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 and I want you to have it delivered to my house tonight. That's the kind of calls Sunny makes. And see, to me as her father, it wouldn't have been, why don't you let me buy you a car? It's, listen, baby girl, there is no way I'm going to have my daughter getting stranded, Christina. See, because he needs to be frank enough with her, because I have enemies. Okay? Now, family is supposed to be off limits, but I don't need you stranded on no dark road, testing that point. So you're going to be safe. I'm getting you a car. It's going to be delivered to my house tonight. I mean, just make the arrangement, just like he needs to make the arrangements and finish that center for her. Christina is not the best judge of character, or even just the best planner, the best see it througher at all. So then she said, oh, Dad, I didn't know that Nina brags about me. She was saying positive things about me in the center. And Sunny goes, of course she does. Nina really likes you. So she goes, yeah, thanks. Whatever. So now we have Drew giving Cyrus CPR. He had to now start CPR because He wasn't feeling the pulse anymore. The doctor hadn't gotten there, still being held back because of the riot. So he's pumping the chest. So now we go into that, that state where they're going to die, or they think they're seeing whatever their life manifestations are. And his, of course, was Laura. Laura is the one person that he wants approval from. He just loves him some Laura, right? I think he wishes he were born Laura. So in his version, she was frank to him, but she was more loving to him. She was forgiving of him. She was actually very comforting. And when she came in for that hug, he was like, wait, what's happening? What's happening? And she put her arm around him and hugged him. The look on that man's face, I had to rewind it to get just that look. Because that look to me just said it all. That look, it actually got me a little teary. Because he played the actor. The actor who plays Cyrus is a very good actor. All he wanted was her forgiveness and her love. And by her hugging him and encouraging him, he almost melted into putty. Almost melted into 100% putty. That was a good scene between the two of them. And so, they would cut to where she would appear in different places in the cell. And so she's now outside the cell, and he goes, don't leave me, Laura. Don't leave me. She said, Cyrus, you're the one who's keeping yourself behind these bars. You're doing this to yourself. And she walks away. And where he's saying, don't leave me, it's the door. And he pushes it and it's open. And he pushes it open, and that's when they go back to him with Drew in the library, and he's still doing CPR, and then he opens up his eyes, and Drew's like, oh, he's back. Woo, thank goodness he's back. So then the next scene, the paramedics are going to take him to GH, which is going to be interesting. He's going to General Hospital, and I'm wondering why. Who's going to visit him at GH? Who's he going to come in contact with at General Hospital? It's going to be someone. He might even give Sonny some information on Pikeman. It's going to be a reason that he's going to be in GH. So we're going to see what that reason is going to be. That's going to be interesting. So then they take him. The ambulance is taking him, the paramedics, and the guard says, Drew's getting ready to go on out to go to his cell. And the guard said, where do you think you're going? He goes, huh? He goes, you may have just saved his life, but you're still going into solitary for fighting. And he goes, but I was trying to protect myself. He had the shiv and he's got to try to resist. He goes, nope, you're going to solitary. And he goes, hey, look, didn't matter. He did that good deed, right? Hopefully it shaves off. Well, it could have shaved off a week from his sentence, but guess what? The fight, I guess, put the week right back on. So maybe he had an extra week. And now that he saved Cyrus, they took off a week. So he's back where he started, right? I don't know. But that was interesting. So now we have the last scene that I'm going to talk about. We have Ava shows up to Carly's front door, or shall I say back door? I don't know a house alive that the main entrance is the back kitchen door. I don't understand that. And Carly always leaves that back kitchen door unlocked, everybody, completely unlocked. Ava comes, walks right on in, and Avery runs over to her, Mommy! And Carly's looking up because she and Avery have made cookies because Avery and Donna are going to watch Frozen. And So she was so happy being there, right? And she goes, Mommy, you know, why are you here? And she goes, because I just had to see you. I had to get, you know, come and get a kiss. And so she goes, Donna and I are getting, she goes, no, I want to stay here with Mama Carly and Donna. Donna and I, we made cookies and we're getting ready to watch Frozen, Mommy. Can I watch Frozen? So she goes, well, of course you can. I just wanted to hear your voice and come and get one of these good hugs from you. And she got a really tight hug from Avery. She goes, a hug that's going to last me all night. And so then Carly gives Avery a plate with a cookie, maybe 3 cookies on it for her and Donna. Because Jocelyn's supposed to be there, but I don't think Jocelyn was there. And Avery goes running out the room. And so Carly says, okay, so why are you really here? What's going on? She goes, what do you mean? I just wanted, like I said, I wanted to, she goes, Ava, when I walked in that room, I could tell something is up. Something's going on between you and Sonny. She said, now, Sonny did not look like he was mad at you. She said, but you look nervous. She goes, just like you're looking nervous now. She said, now, Avery was telling me all about her new nanny, Betty. And she seems to like her. But she goes, yeah, Betty she is a good nanny. And so she goes, but Jocelyn met Betty. And Jocelyn does not get good vibes from Betty at all. She doesn't like her. And so she's saying, so what's the deal? She goes, Pilar was great. No, but it's Pilar is why Avery ended up missing. She goes, and that was unfortunate. And Pilar is sick about it. But see, Ava couldn't even show anger on that because she knows that's a lie. And now Ava knows, Sonny knows that's a lie. So Ava couldn't dig her heels in on how bad Pilar is, because Pilar is still working there, watching Donna, right? And so Carly says, well, I know something is up. She goes, and I don't, for some reason, think you even think Betty is a good nanny. She said, because you know what? Sonny called me out the blue, Ava, telling me he needed Avery over here tonight. So what that means is he doesn't want her at home with you because something is going on and she's not safe with you right now. So she goes, so tell me what's going on, Ava. Carly, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you are talking about. She says, Sonny is protecting you or saving you from some situation. See, Carly knows the deal. Come on now, right? And so Ava says, if I'm going to get this kind of 3rd degree, then I'm just going to take my child and I'm going to go home. So she walks by Carly and Carly says, you could do that if you want. She goes, heck, the girls have watched Frozen 1,000 times. They'll get over it. She said, but what I'm going to do is I'm getting ready to call Sonny. And I'm going to tell Sonny that you took Ava. And Ava stops. She stops and looks at her like, wait, what? And Avery comes in, we need more cookies, right? So Carly gives her more cookies and Ava gives her another hug or kiss goodbye. And so Ava looks at her and she just looks at Carly. She said, I think she told her before Avery came in, take care of my daughter, right? And she goes, she turned and she's walking out and she turned back and she goes, Carly, thank you. And Carly just looks at her, says, you're welcome. And she walks out. See, you know it's thank you, Carly. You know that. Because she knows Carly will protect Avery with her life. Carly will. So will Jocelyn. Right? I can remember, and I'm trying to remember the situation where Ava brought Avery to Carly's door and told Carly, you got to protect her. You got to be here for you. You got to take care of my little girl. And Carly, it wasn't nothing but a word, took Avery in and told her, I will protect her with my life, right? So Ava knows that about Carly. And Carly knows something's up because she knows how mob world works, and she's going to protect Avery. So anyway, that was it. There's no comments from Comment Corners because I actually did both of these videos a little too close together. So I'm sure I have a lot of comments from both episodes tomorrow. But that is my daily recap for General Hospital, August the 1st. So I will be back tomorrow for another daily recap.